go for the finals while we're at it. Gonna be juicy. Okay, so 2x. Let's move this on. So we'll first look at like USA's perspective, and then we'll look at China's perspective. So first off, both teams start off the same. Doomfist on the high grounds, damage orbs to get that ult charge. But China decided to go on the high ground. So this is actually pretty significant difference. They go with their tanks on the high ground. And what this does is it gives them a safer like starting point. It does, however, mean that they have used Orisa Shield, so they have no way of moving away from this place until Gushui, who's on F. Oh, that was beautiful. Oh, this. Look at this. Jinmu really wants to punch space. This is how they should buff Doomfist. This is how they should buff him. Just make a punch, a ranged ability. Okay. Anyways, Gushui. So, as you can see over here, they cannot move. China cannot move until the shield is back. So, China cannot move. They have to sit up here. They have to spam. And while yes, they will be able to get a little bit more ult charge. Like that's the trade-off they make. They gain ult charge for giving up space. So the US is going to be able to walk forward, take a little bit more space. It will take a bit more damage, as you can see. So after a little bit of spam, some exchange, we'll see what the outcome is. Okay. Nothing happens until Gushui gets a new shield. The Super still hasn't even used his shield. Like net, I would say this is actually in China's favor. Like the start, it's a huge difference. If you take a look at space, his shield is at 1,180. Super still hasn't used shield. Rokus is at 47% though. So I guess maybe this was a USA strat, like Super not committing his shield, because if he commits his shield over here, China can easily go for an all-in engage because Gushui was coming up on his new shield. So if Super ever commits his shield, China can commit for a hard engage, put their shield like in front of Super's shield, making it ultimately kind of useless. So he's sitting on the shield cooldown, making sure that they cannot engage. So what this creates is this kind of stalemate where nobody really does anything because it's not worth it for China to go until they use Orisa Shield, and the United States can't really do anything because the point hasn't unlocked and they're not committing, so they're just waiting. But one important detail is the Sigma's shields and ult charge. This is the big difference here. So okay, shield health actually exactly the same, -1. So space was 1,180. Elsa here 1,179. But one big difference is this: 26 and 16. As we could see, the tanks got to spam a lot from here, especially Elsa. A lot of ult charge as compared to these tanks over here. I'm going to do the blue one. A bit better to show over here. So big difference, but the difference does come at a cost. So yes, the tanks gain both like 20 to 10% ult charge more than the others, but this means that Rokus actually gets 20% ult charge of his own. So the US should come up on a coal much faster here and be able to clutch out the fight. Usually the first fight gets decided by whoever gets the first pick or whoever gets the first coal. You manage to get a coal 20% faster than the enemy team and they're not ready for it, then you will be in huge trouble. If they are ready for it though, and the Moira like has a healing orb plus starts like AoE healing everybody's group up, grouped up, they can easily get a counter call of their own and push right back up. So it is of course different and difficult, but this is the first exchange. Holy shit, Bragi, you're back, man. Thank you for the Twitch Prime, man. Long time no see. How you doing? Okay, let's see what happens here. So now Gushue actually engages. They pull, and we get an engage from Jinmu too. And he actually hits Sinatra pretty hard. The first engage, though, since Gushue had to walk super far up. Walk super far up, and he puts his shield in a pretty good location. But as you can see, Super here, he kind of cuts off Gushue's shield really good here. He cuts it off so he can stand in front of Gushue's shield and not commit Fortify. This is important. Super here does not use Fortify, while Gushue has used his for, let's see, well, like half a second at the moment. So this is going to play a big part into this. Unless Jinmi here gets a pick, or the Reaper. Let's see, where are the Reapers? So Evil Tall here. Ah, he probably helped speed Eileen to the other side to get the flank. Where is where's Corey? Corey? Oh, he's inside of everything. Okay. So they force gold. Dude, you never stream anymore. Feels like I never see you online. That is correct. That is correct. I have not streamed in a very long time. I have not streamed in a very long time. Okay, we're good. Well, Warlock of Oz. Hang on, let me at least finish this map before we continue with yours. If you're okay with waiting a little bit, since I just started with this. But anyways, I plan on streaming more again. I've been super busy with like Overwatch World Cup and having my own teams that I've been working with. Like I was head coach, now I'm assistant coach for another team, and it's been a lot. Didn't have any time to stream, but now we're back. Now we're back, and I plan on doing this as usual. And it's actually going to be EU times, since the team that I'm working with is in NA. That means the scrims are from like midnight to 4 in the morning for me. So I'm actually gonna have time to stream regular EU times around here, like 18 to 23 or something. Did you travel to the USA for the World Cup? I did. It was really fun. BlizzCon was amazing. All the cool Overwatch people that I got to talk to, like the streamers, the casters, the players. It was it was amazing. There's no better way to describe it other than amazing. But okay, let me finish this first. I will definitely analyze some Sweden games later. Anyways, first exchange. Gushue popping 45 super early. Jidmu's gonna have to go back. Sinatra's fine. Super still not popped 45. And now Eileen comes in from the side. So, two very important things are happening here. As you can see, Super just popped the 45 because he knows that Gushue is probably gonna end any second now. Oh, there we go. Yes, like half a second. So Super here is gonna have 45 for like 3 full seconds, where he can just walk into Gushue's face and pretty much pummel him with damage. Like insane damage output right here. And Corey got punched, so he's a little bit scared, but he should be getting healed up and can push in as well. They're probably screaming here, like, we have 45 advantage, let's go, push. Sinatra's probably gonna come in from the side here with a punch to try and get a pick. But Eileen, pretty nice timing here. Almost gets a kill onto Raucus, but he should be fine. Let's see if he has... no healing orb. This is actually pretty spooky. Moth just popped amp though. Moth just popped amp. He knows this Reaper's on his ass. So Raucus should be fine. For the moment. But this is still very scary. As we can see here, Raucus makes use of the shield to survive. And here we get a fat pull into punch. Elsa eats that though. That was pretty lucky. If Sinatra hits anyone else other than the Sigma, this is just a straight up victory for USA. Probably looking probably still in their favor, looking real good. Moth keeping a good eye on that Reaper. No way for him to get value. That was a huge fucking pull from China. Rockus needs a healing orb for himself here. Oh, now there's a lot going on here. There's a lot going on here. So, number one, healing orbs back up. Rockus and Super should be fine. Space as well. The DPS from China being extremely isolated and will probably not be able to get any value here. It's the double shield plus the healing orb. They will be absolutely fine. Gushwe here, maybe finished off by Sinatra. Oh, it's so close. Wait. Corey finished off Gushwe? How did I miss that? Hang on. Where was Corey? Oh, wait. Okay, yeah. Corey's on the side here. Oh, Gushwe tries to escape from Sinatra and walks past his shield, which puts him in Corey's line of sight. Okay, that makes sense. And Sinatra's probably gonna die here because he gets rocked and cold. Yeah. But the team that loses their Orisa is in more of a disadvantage. And now Jinmu dies too. Or does he? He does not. Cole OP. A US gets to cap the point at least. So okay, I want to go back here. I want to go back here because something important happened. We saw that Rockus had a 40% right here before the engage. Rockus is at 47%. Kyo is at 28%. So how come they call at the same time? So we'll play this in full speed. Okay, this is why. So as you can see here, the US got super split. Rockus got some pretty bad value out of one of his healing orbs before this. So he can't heal himself, can't heal Moth here. They're all super split. And on the other hand, Kyo right here, perfectly grouped up all of his teammates in front of him. This is some huge spray value. He's gonna go up to like 80 here. Even more, 90. Yeah, okay. And now Rockus gets the call. He thought he would get it faster just because of that, but nope. But the advantage that US had by letting their tanks getting spammed like that at the start, whoops, misclick. The advantage is now gone. The advantage is gone. As we can see, both teams are calling, but since their tanks got to spam more at the start, 60 versus 48, they kind of lost the engage. This is interesting. 38 to 66 and 60 to 35. Okay. Anyways, coals neutralize each other. So next up, the next thing you want to look for is either Doomult or Sigmult are usually the tools that come online after the first fight. But since China lost their Orisa, there's no way they can realistically push in here. Gonna give up point. Hello, Alpha. Welcome. So what would you do in this situation? Oh, okay. kind of got spoiled here by Super. He popped Fortify and started running out. Probably they are popping speed boost as well. No, what? 5 seconds? Not popping speed. Interesting. They just walk out. I am unsure. This must have been a miscommunication. They walked out, popping Fortify as if it was going to be like a hard all-in engage without even having speed boost ready. And Super wasn't really close to anything or in danger. That really telegraphed the engage. Let's walk back a little bit here. Okay, so cap the point. They're like, okay, Reaper's on the right. We cap, nice, we cap. Let's go, let's go. Now Super just starts screaming, let's go. And Corey teleports to the high ground. Okay, so maybe Corey's the one screaming, let's go. Okay, okay. Maybe Super popping 45 was kind of a misclick. Corey teleported and started going, let's go. Jinmu fed. Okay, I am confused once again. Oh, it makes sense. Jinmu maybe wanted to hard engage and then use his ultimate. Buy time for his teammates to group up a little bit and then pull land. The US decides to push in as soon as they see Jinmu die, which makes sense. But Sinatra dies. Lucio should die here, yes. Moth might die to Eileen. He does. And the Orisa's gonna die to Eileen too here. Oh. Those were some juicy shields though. Okay, so kind of worth for the US for sure. Because China started using ults just to clean up this very scrappy fight. Started using ults to clean up a very scrappy fight, and US, they're still gaining capture percentage. They took the fight all the way over here, so even though they used ults over here to win the fight, it still took a few seconds for them to even get to the point. And when they get to the point, this is when it becomes interesting. Most teams right here would say, fuck this, we just give up point, fine, they use 2 ultimates, we're gonna have 6 ults, and we just retake. Most teams would think that way. And even I would probably tell my team to do that. But the US, this is something they did consistently, even when we played against them in scrims. They consistently, even if they were down a man, in King of the Hill, if they had control of the point, they would pop ults. They would pop ults just like this. Like they are, what is this? 2 versus 2? Yeah. Super and Moth. Just Super and Moth here on point versus 3. Orisa, Doom, Lucio. And Moira just coming up. So this is 4 versus 2. Fucking 4 versus 2. And they pop 2 of the slowest charging ultimates. Beat and Bongo. This is insane. The 2 of the slowest charging ultimates. The 2 strongest ultimates in the fucking game. Almost. But they're relatively slow and they are high value. High value. And they just pop them. 2 versus 4. I guess Sinatra here. It must have been Sinatra that was just screaming like winnable. I'm coming in. Pop ults. I believe that is why, because it doesn't make sense unless Sinatra was confident here that he could clutch this fight. It does not make sense. I'm like, okay, Super dies. Sinatra dies. No, but they still managed to get the. This is insane. And Moth comes in. And they call. They got it. It is still winnable. Eventually, it falls. So now that we know like the aftermath of this, it's still. I still wouldn't say it was worth it. I mean, it cost 4 ultimates. No, 5. 5 ultimates, and they got 20%. I guess it did force out 2 counter ultimates to clean up the fight. Or wait, did Elsa pop ult earlier? No, he didn't even have ult. Or did he use it? It was Omega dead. Yeah, no. You know, they only use beat and doom ult to get it. So 2 for 5. Yeah. and then they come back. Okay, let's see here. Love the US initiative in the World Cup. It's the alpha strat. So much confidence. Yeah, yeah. It definitely has some of those mindsets. I think it's also psychological. Put so much pressure on your opponent that they will make mistakes and use extra ults they don't need to. Like Evil tells beat there right at the end. Yeah. You're absolutely right. I mean, most teams that know about this rhythm and know that usually teams do not pop ult when they're down 3. Like that's kind of a common sense thing now, and that actually caught us off guard many times, especially in scrims. It caught us off guard. Like they would suddenly just pop 3 ults when our team, like our team would be in like the planning phase for the next fight. It's cleanup. It's like we've already got 3 picks. The fight is done. We just ult track a little bit, target call a little bit. It's fine. And then, oh shit, they popped Sigmals. Oh shit, they popped beat. What the fuck? Oh shit, we died. And suddenly they win a 3 versus 6 fight because people aren't ready. People aren't anticipating things. Like to be honest, a lot of people miss. How do you call it in English? They kind of misunderstand like reaction speed and like reflexes at the highest level. Like most skills aren't reflexes or like instinct or just high reaction speeds. They are able to do these crazy things that seem like doing it by reflex because they are anticipating it. They're thinking about it beforehand. Like, okay, there's a high chance that this Doomfist is gonna pop out on this left side, and then bam, the Doomfist pops out on the left side and he hits a sleep dart. So it's not like he had crazy reaction speed or crazy reflexes and saw the Doomfist on the left and like just flicked. It was that he preemptively thought, okay, Doomfist usually come out of this from this angle at this time right now, so I'm gonna take a look. Takes a look, sees the Doomfist, and he hits the flick on the sleep dart. There's a very, very big difference between those two thoughts. Didn't Titans use this tactic as well? Yeah, they kind of did. Yeah, they kind of did. In GOATs at least. But Titans kind of lost it in this meta compared to the US at least. These guys, they just fucking understand the meta. Everyone on San Francisco Shock really fucking understands how to play Doom Reaper. But oh well. So let's actually move back a little bit because something happened here. So China gets to cap. Eviltal kind of wastes the beat, just like you said, Bragi. But he didn't really waste the beat though because the Moira was dead. They had no more sustain, so he was kind of forced to beat. The Moira died to the Reaper ult that Corey made. So and then suddenly they just pop a fucking Sigma ult. They know right here. Okay, they pop beats because they had no more sustain. We can get 2 kills with the Sigma ult here. Just pull the Lucio, pull the Sigma. They have no survivability, no defensive skills. And Elsa here is probably gonna die. Oh no, Sinatra chose to go for the Reaper. That was a mistake. Elsa would have died. But yeah, they're extremely cocky. Always winnable. Everything is winnable. As long as they have control over the point, it's always winnable. They always press Q. And yeah, now the ult percentage kind of in China's favor, but US are coming up on support ults much earlier, so should be doable. Okay, let's see this fight. They speed boost in. Who do they go for? Corey teleports into the backline. Where is Sinatra? Sinatra's over there. Okay, he got punched. No, he got rocked. This looks like it's in China's favor. They will have the Doom ult, the pull. Yep, Byrocus. Wish we should die too, though. It's an interesting trade. How did they get so split? So the Jinmu was probably screaming here, oh, like, I have ult very soon. Just pull them when I get ult. So yeah, right here he's screaming, pull them when I have ult. Gush is 100% focused on hitting this this pull combo. Everyone else is Omega split from the Cory teleport, kind of. That was a big mistake from China's part. Ooh. Okay, but they save it with the Reaper ult. Okay, so the pull. So it feels like this was just a... This is something that you need to talk about before the fight. This is they probably missed talking about this in the pre-fight planning. You have to talk about where you want to disengage. Like, if you always need to disengage as a team. So if you want to go this way or this way, this needs to be decided before the fight. So a teleporting Reaper here doesn't like get everybody into full panic mode, running in different directions like headless chickens. So like Eviltol was standing over here. This makes no sense unless they were expecting a Reaper flank to come from this direction, and the rest of the team expected to disengage this way, because that way Eviltol actually holds this area and makes it impossible for a Reaper flank to come from this direction. But since everybody was standing over here, the Reaper teleports up here, this Lucio is effectively useless. He comes in now, a bit later, but Cory has already done his job, kind of. He forced the split, Gushue is all alone, and Gushue cannot get any heal. And that's a rip. Poof. Oh shit, I wanted to look at the Reaper ult. How come all of these people died to Eileen? Oh, he teleports. The sneaky teleport. Okay. Didn't Sinatra have punch? I am confused. Oh, Sinatra did not have punch. He saw the punch. He teleported. That makes sense. Rip. Okay, in that case, if Eileen actually saw the punch, and of course he did, he was standing in fucking front of him, then it was a great play. He recognized a win condition. Sinatra and Moth should have regrouped with the team, since they already got the pick onto the Gushue. They got a bit too excited, wanted to get more. They bit off more than they could chew. So like, especially when you get pickoffs onto like main tanks. When you get a pickoff on the other team's Orisa, you don't need to make any cool plays anymore. As long as you stick together and you keep the Reapers and the Dooms in check, there's no way anybody's gonna get randomly picked and they have one less shield, so you just automatically just shoot them out of existence. They just die to the standard pressure. Splitting up a bit too much, trying to do too much. I must ask Jojo, what is your opinion on Iostox? I have no clue. I've never worked with him, and don't really know about any of his coaching things. I only know about all the drama. Like, yeah, okay, it seems bad, and all the anti-Semitic things and all of that is, of course, really fucking bad, and should not be a thing at all. And I guess it's good that he apologized for it, but I don't know, man. Probably not enough. Yeah. He has a rough journey in front of him if he wants to bring himself back up to a good name in the Overwatch community, for sure. For sure. It's gotta show everyone that he actually cares about the people he coaches and want them to become better, and not just as an ego boost, since that's kind of what he said. That he's the server where everybody praised him, kind of became an echo chamber, and he was not mature enough to handle it correctly. It happens. I can understand it. Like it's kind of how all celebrities become eventually, isn't it? You hear so many stories about like celebrities being like super terrible people, because having people like look up to you and see you as an angel or a god all the time, it gets to you. It gets to you. Okay, so to get back at the game, to the game. This is looking pretty good for China, coming up on Cole and Sigma ult and Beat very soon. United States only have Beat, Doom, and Bongo coming up. So how do we take this fight if we're the US? Let's see. If we move back a little bit, how do we take this fight? So, what do we know if we're the US? We know that they have Orisa Sigma and Moira down there. We know the Lucy's on high ground that we have seen. We do not know where the Reaper or the Doom is. So in this kind of situation, we don't really have a lot of ultimates. We can try and force out some cooldowns with the Doom ultimate, and then maybe clutch out the fight with a Beat. If we manage to find an opportunity to engage with the Beat before they get the Sigma ult. Highly unlikely though. These guys are insane when it comes to ult tracking, so they'll probably know that Elsa is very close to Sigma ult, so they'll most likely save Moth's Beat for the Sigma ult. So just move forward. Tell Moth here to scout for Reaper. Oh, wait, Sinatra. Yeah, Sinatra's of course gonna hard engage here because he has ult, so he's not afraid. He misses quite hard. He'll probably just ult here. Yeah, makes sense. Who does he even Meteor Strike here? I mean, the only one he can realistically kill is Lucio, but he's on high ground. I guess that's a kill. If Super here has pull, yeah, he does. Lucio's dead if he decides to beat or to Meteor Strike him. Could go for the Sigma right here, Meteor Strike, and then hit him with a punch or something, so he flies out of the map. You have no idea where the Reaper is, and they can guess that the Doomfist is over here, but nobody actually knows about it. Nobody has scouted it. Corey is coming in on the side. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Chat. Let's guess. Who do we think he's gonna go for with the Meteor Strike? I think he's gonna go for Elsa. At least from what Super's looking at, this is my guess. Super's looking at Elsa here, so most likely the pull is gonna come here, the meteor strike somewhere on top of him, and then a punch or an uppercut or whatever out of the map. But I think making it on the Lucio here, or I guess that's actually right. We did talk about them knowing Elsa was coming up on on Sigmult, so they definitely want to kill. They definitely want to kill Elsa right here. So the dangerous part about this is Elsa is actually positioned really well. He's positioned super far back, super defensive position, because he knows he needs to get his ult online fast. And what this does is it opens up a like flank angles for his DPS to come from behind. And coming from behind when it comes to Doom or Reaper is extremely deadly. Holy shit, extremely deadly. So like Moth, Raucus here, high chance they get punched by Jinmu. And Eileen kind of in a bad spot right here. Maybe needs to teleport up to the high ground or something to be able to get there in time. Yes, he does. He teleports to the high ground. The pull onto Elsa. Meteor strike. And Raucus almost dies. Oh, ho, ho. Yeah, this is exactly what we expected. Really lucky that Raucus survived that though. And Elsa is dead, for sure. So they're not gonna make use of their Sigma ult. Dies at 95. Eileen gets Moth. Oh, huge be a boop. Oh, and Eileen tunnel visioning a little bit there. Could have definitely killed Super way earlier. Oh, is Super gonna survive? Oh my god, that is okay. But no Moira. Raucus actually faded in the wrong direction. They know this is last fight, so better pop everything. Actually managed to cap, what the fuck? And they're not dying? Fuck! I want to see if USA wins. Actually do. Okay, China definitely screwed up here. They had the upper hand pretty much in every way. And now it's gonna be a stagger fight. Touch. If I remember correctly, China actually wins this. Yeah, they do. Yeah, okay. So let's see. Why did they not win the last fight? Oh. Go back. No. Back more, back more. So we need to see what happened with Raucus. Oh, we went a bit too far forward. So yeah, right here, Doomfist comes in. Raucus almost dies. And he jumps this way. And Eileen here completely misses Super without Fortify. And yeah, Moth is forced to beat here. So if Eileen sees Super a bit earlier there, Super's dead. There's no way that beat actually gets there in time. And this call, it feels like this call, maybe it was a bit too early. They should have waited out the beat first. They can't really push in now. Super still won. Jinmu goes in way too early. Yeah. So Gushui AFKing in the background, Evil Tall doing fuck all on the side, both DPS standing on high ground during an entire call. That was rough. That was rough. If they coordinate that call engage to destroy the bongo, oof. If they coordinate a little bit better to destroy the bongo with the call engage and then just walk all over them, there's no way the US survives that without their Moira. Where's the Moira? Yeah, not even close. Like, they don't have a Moira. Fucking play the game. And now they beat like 3 miles away from the fight. What is this? Gushui doesn't even get the beat. What is this? I do not understand. This is the weirdest fight I've ever seen. This makes no sense. And, like, okay. Jinmu dies in here. When the... okay. And now Eileen and Gush were super afraid of a super without Fortify. Instead of pushing in... Oh, Eileen actually gets booped. That makes sense. But he wouldn't have gotten booped if they weren't afraid. Someone called that he was gonna ult? How do you know that? I mean, the ult kind of makes no sense. Like, look at this. Who is he afraid of? Like, what did he see? So yeah, he tried to, or he's just fucking with rockets here. Yeah. What? What? Yeah, yeah. Like you're kind of right, I guess. He probably, like he probably got a call from his team that okay, let's push in. I'm gonna pop Sigma ult here and we fight. Sure. Sure, that's probably the call that they had right here because they want to push in, they want to do pull Sigma ult. That's what they're doing, right? They're doing pull Sigma ult, but the beat, I don't know. Nobody was even close yet. Imagine if they beat now. Beating now would have been completely a stomp, this team fight. A beat now as Eileen walks into super here. Dead super. No contest. Evil Tall's kind of just fucking around on the side. Eileen dies. And Corey. Oh, that's juicy though. The Reaper ult and the Sinatra instantly punching the Sigma eat. No eat for you. Thanks for the follow, by the way, Fi. Welcome, man. But then, yeah, the last fight is still very hard for US. They have Cole. Wait, couldn't they have engaged earlier here? So we know that the US usually likes to make the first move. They are the ones that engage. They are the ones that go first. So that rock was probably not a good idea. He's not gonna have rock for the fight. Wait, who's touching? Oh, Reaper touched, okay. The Reaper touched. US playing passive on point. This is not the US style. Maybe engaging onto the tanks here outside of point would have been beneficial. Because now they waste a bunch of cooldowns on Eileen. They do hit the Sigma here. They definitely needed to hard engage the Sigma. They need to kill Sigma or Lucio. The only people that they can actually kill with Sigma ult is Sigma or Lucio. These guys have no cooldowns to escape that shit early game. Or, just like they saw, the Reaper teleported point and popped Wraith form. So, oh wait, was that what they did? Maybe that's what they did. I missed that. Let's see. see it from space perspective. I think he actually tried to catch the Reaper. Okay. This is the Reaper. You see him touch? Oh yeah. That was weak. That was weak. That could have been better. That was definitely weak. He saw him. He saw him wraith this way. Like, catching the Orisa is not important at all here. Catching the Reaper that just used Wraith, or the Doom, of course, is free kill, or catching the Sigma and all in engaging onto the Sigma with Cole. That's the play they have to make here. And Elsa gets spam pocketed. Gushui eats the punch. Really do a good job protecting him. And here comes the Doom ult. Now they have no Moira. They are dead. So, uncharacteristic from the US to not engage there. Or to not... what's it called? To not abuse the fact that Eileen didn't have Wraith form when they had the ult to catch him. Take advantage of. It's maybe a better word than abuse. Super manages to touch. That's a GG's, I think. Yep. Good day, sir.